Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Friday. Welcome back to the Shadow and Sun Show. Welcome back to one of the last days of Cimmerian September. This one is one, maybe you should have done earlier, but chronologically it's right in order. So that's right, from the Gnome Press, King Conan, one of my favorites so far. Believe it or not, even though it doesn't have the Black Colossus in it or Queen of the Black Coast, this is one of my favorite stories. Not just because it's the first one, but it's just a really it's got a lot of history to it. It was written in 1932, originally published in Weird Tales, and it was originally, according to my research, the one of the first Kull stories. It was rewritten from By This Axe I Rule, but then turned into the first Conan story, which is kind of awesome because it still works for. It could have been either. It literally could have been. You could have just taken the word Conan out and put Kull in it, and it would have worked. As a matter of fact, that may be what they did. I'm trying to remember because I just read Kull about 6 months ago. And, for this being the novel, the King Conan, there's only 2 stories out of, I think, 5 where he's actually king. And then the next book, Conan the Conqueror, is the full-fledged. We'll get to that one. I'm going to read that one over the weekend. I'm going to put that one away because I need to get that out of my hands. But this one it's a lot of courtly intrigue, not as much sword fighting and fighting. Although the big battle is actually pretty epic, where Conan he's trying to rule Aquilonia, but four of his sub commanders, his underlings, put together a cabal of dissatisfied customers, if you will, consisting of Dion, the leader of the Black Legion, Attalus, the Fat Baron, Ronaldo, the Minstrel, the dwarfish count of Korriban named Grommel, all get together, also with the help of Ascalante and his slave, none other than Thoth-Amon, all conspire to kill him in the middle of the night. But before that happens, he has a dream where a priest or a wizard, I'm not sure which he was, it may be a little bit of both, Epimetheus, visits him in his dreams and tells him that he's got great things he needs to do for Aquilonia and Hyboria in general, I guess, and tells him he's going to be besieged by all kinds of threats, and he's going to need special help from Epimetheus, and he takes his finger and engraves this sign of the phoenix on his sword, which is really weird because, well, I'll get to that, but and says with this sword he'll be able to vanquish supernatural foes. He wakes up and shocked that he can see the symbol on his blade just in time for the bad guys to enter his room. Well, actually he actually had time to kind of put on all his armor. It's not all fastened, and he didn't get his helmet on when in storm not just the 4 but some men at arms, some assassins, if you will, to try and and kill him. And of course, Conan, you know, pretty much lays them all out. And Ascalante had left his slave with, I want to say it was Dion. No, it was, I think it was the Baron of Atlas. And it turns out the Baron of Atlas had somehow purchased Thothamon's stolen magic ring, you know, the serpent ring. And as soon as Thothamon finds that out, he, like, you know, kills the Baron, gets his ring back, summons a demon to kill Ascalante, and it just so happens Ascalante is in the room trying to kill Conan, and so he kind of screws the pooch on that one, because the demon goes and kills Ascalante just as he's trying to kill Conan, and at some point during the battle, Conan's sword breaks on one of the four, I forget who, leaving him nothing but the handle, the hilt, the pommel, and, you know, about this much of the blade left, you know. I'm like, why? It didn't need to break. Just let him just, you know, but it makes it more, you know, exciting and fearful that you're like, oh no, the magic sword that he got is now kaput, but it's still enough to kill the demon at the last minute just as he needs to, at which point the mighty magic of Epimetheus, you know, was good for like one use against one supernatural opponent. It's all he needed, you know, and I get it, it's not, you know, your usual high fantasy, it's like, you know, one and done kind of thing, but it was just kind of, it didn't need to break, you know. Just, I don't know, you guys tell me what you think. It was weird that they went to all that trouble only for it to be usable one time. And of course, you know, no one believes that the demon was there, except that there was a big stain that never goes away in the exact shape, you know, like a chalk outline of the demon. And I'm guessing Thothamon comes back later. I hope so. Even though in the next story he's not there, and Conan deals with some other sorcerers. But this was, you know, this one was a lot of fun, very exciting. You know, the battle is well written out between Conan and all these people trying to kill him. You know, and of course, you know, had they lived, they would all regret it, because as I'll get to in the next story, which will be the bonus video that I'm going to do in just a little bit, have for you, you know, in about 30 minutes. Definitely, maybe top 5, maybe at least top 10 of my favorite Conan stories. And no, I'm not going to make a big old list, because there's probably more stories down the road that even though they may not have been entirely Robert E. Howard, they may have been, you know, fragments written up by L. Sprague de Camp or Lynn Carter, or the two of them together. I may enjoy more, but for now, it's definitely up there. But that's what I got for you right now. I'm going to get to the next video. Keeping these separate, even though they're so closely tied. But just in case somebody in the future just wants to know about this story or the other one, they can just watch, you know, a 9-minute video instead of a 20-minute video. You know, time is money and all that. But that's what I got for you guys. I'll see you guys in just, you know, for me, you know, it's a half hour, but for you it'll be like that, because, you know, the magic of technology. I'll see you guys in a bit. You guys have a great weekend. Love ya. Happy trails.